Hello, class, and welcome to week 7 for Critical Thinking in Science and Technology. I'm your instructor, KG Smith. Wanted to get a chance to review some of the items for you this week for week 7. So, as we go to week 7, it should be posted by now. Thought I'd make a little quick video. Let's go to the read file for week 7. This week we're going to talk about cell phones, something that we use all the time, every day, at least most of us do. And we're going to really talk about and get a chance to explore some of those myths about if cell phone usage can actually cause cancer. Specifically, we're going to look for sufficient scientific evidence. All right, so we're looking for a little bit more factually based things versus opinions and rumors and misnomers, etc. You're going to have a chance to explore that this week. So let's make sure we keep on our critical thinking skills. So if you look at the week 7 read, which is where you should always start, your overview pretty much talks about what we're going to do. I also threw in an evaluate section. I'll talk about that a little later. You're going to be assigned, I believe it's issue 8 in the textbook. There are 2 readings, both the yes and the no. I have a brief um, description about the readings here. And then on the think assignment, last year, the city of San Francisco, actually, their city council, for lack of a better term, actually created a law about how cell phone sellers should actually put like a sticker or something on the cell phone boxes when they sell them to you, so you kind of have a personal public warning label. Well, it went up, it went down, it had some fight back from the industry itself. It's really interesting. So this summer they did it again. They kind of revised the law and revamped it a bit. So I've updated some of the articles, and there's also some new information out there too. So you're going to get a chance to not necessarily, well, I guess to pick a side. I'm not going to pick one for you this time. You're simply going to pick one, and you're going to justify and explain your answer. So I've given you all an updated article reference on the whole law, what's going on. So choose sides and back it up with facts this time. Don't just kind of guess. Next, you're going to select your seek assignment, which will help you for your do assignment. You're going to find your own article. No article that I've already provided for you already, but your own article on cell phones and causing cancer, etc., if, when, if it does, if it doesn't exist. Find out the details and be able to post that. Don't forget to do your 3-sentence rule. Give me a couple of sentences, or at least a good solid paragraph to summarize the article in the event that some of your colleagues would prefer not to. And then, yes, you're going to have a do assignment once again. Maybe week 8, I'll let up on you a little bit. So right now, I want you to get right back in there to your critical thinking. Answer all 7 of those questions. Do well, like you've been doing this week. So that's good. And then you're going to have a reflect. Again, one more time. You're getting a little better at it. 100 words, 1 sentence. I want 1 sentence stating the most salient, most prominent things you learn about the week. Answer the who, what, where, when, and why, and how, okay? And then last but not least, we're at the part of the semester where I'd like to get some feedback from you about the course. I'm getting good information from your frequently asked questions, from your individual emails, and from some of your consulting with each other. But this week, I'm actually going to have you all do an extra credit activity called Evaluate. This is classroom assessment techniques. Kind of give me some feedback on how I can maybe adjust the course a little bit as we're moving forward with some time. So, you're going to analyze these Unit 3 articles. You're going to learn new terminology and facts. I really want to see you apply the questions and apply what you're learning. Be able to talk about propaganda. Be able to talk about subjectivity. Be able to talk about authors' viewpoints. Be able to talk about facts and factually based information. You're looking for evidence in particular for this week. So some of the assigned readings, I'm always going to teach you all how to remind you, popular versus scholarly periodicals, especially when you're doing your SEEK assignment. Don't just kind of give me any old kind of article, something from some blog that's kind of written by someone's opinion. I want a little bit more expert testimony or some organized group or et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So think about that. And the assignments, of course, this is issue 8 in the textbook. Read both the yes and the no article. Oh, that's right. I didn't put up the updated Cancer Institute. Actually, I need to go put that link up, so I'll correct that for you all and maybe put that in the frequently asked questions file for you, or when I send out my message. Oh, well, here it is right there. That San Francisco article, again, the new law, I've updated it with some of the new information from CNN. It's a cool video on there as well, so you should check that out. And though we're not going to do an issue next week, I'm going to give you all a little break, so heads up, yay. But if you want, you can start doing some advanced reading if you have some time. We're going to focus on, believe, on issue 11 for genetically modified foods, and that's going to kind of extend over about a week and a half or 2 weeks of work. So that should be a lot of fun. Another way to kind of ease up around you during your midterm time. The point value is accordingly. You know your think and your seek assignments are due this coming Wednesday, October the 5th, both worth 10 and 5 points respectively. Your due and reflects. Your due is worth a total of 15 points. It's due Saturday, 10 o'clock. Next Saturday. I'll be on vacation, but I'll have access to my internet, so I'll be checking on you. So get that done. Use all 7 of the critical thinking papers. Then the reflect comment is due next Sunday, October the 9th, worth 5 points. As well as your mid-course evaluation, considered an extra credit. So you don't have to do it, just nice if you did. And that's a couple of series of questions. I'll review it for you. It's worth 5 points for, hopefully if I got the numbers correct, it's a total of 40 points this week. So that is the short portion. If you want to just kind of go back and take a look at some of the activities. If you notice, I'm stopped calling it quiz. I'm going to call it a survey. It's just worth extra credit. So if you start off with this one immediately. You should be able to get some points there. Then you can do the think. That has a link to the updated article. Kind of briefly talking about what I'm looking for you to do. And follow the instructions. Here's the rubric. And then you can start adding your comments after you do the review of the article. Pick a side. For the seek, typically the same thing. You're going to look for an article, reference, video, something, and you're going to post it up and summarize it. Next, of course, would be the do. The do is standard. You're going to answer the 7 questions. Again, if I can encourage you, when you're completing your work, don't just answer the questions. You should probably number them in order to help me identify your responses appropriately. So if you're doing like 1A, 2B, 2C, indicate that accordingly so it'll be easy for me to follow. And here the questions are for you again. Let's see. Oh, again, that's a separate document. Remember, use a Word file, .dox, doc, or docx. Use a text, RFT, save as a PDF. Those are things that I can read. I can't read some of the other WordPerfect files, for instance. So if you've got that, try to update it or save it as something a little simpler. Then, of course, you reflect. Reflect comments is always 100 words or less. One quick thing about the survey. You survey for the pre-survey, you have until this Wednesday at noon. It's always going to be consistent like that. I want to get your thoughts about it before you really go in to do the work. So I'm always going to kind of cut it off. And then the post-survey, much like the reflect, that opens up Friday after 5 o'clock, I think. So by then, if you've done most of the work throughout the week or you started, then you can start making your reflection and your post-survey comments about what you think after you've done your research towards the end of the week. This stays open from Friday, I think 5 p.m., and it stays up to Sunday at midnight. And of course, the last, but certainly not least, is the new section, the evaluate. Just want you to kind of read some of the questions, and please give me some feedback. Keep it constructive. And also keep it about 200 to 300 words. You don't have to write a lot. These are questions. You don't have to answer each of the questions. Just kind of use them as your guideline if you'd like to give me some feedback in order to help me assist you. And I think the way that the reflect and the evaluates are set up is that you can't necessarily see everyone else's comments, so you have to make your own comments first. And then you can, after you submit your comments, then the other comments may be available to you. If you wish to read them, you are not required to respond to them. So that is it for this week. I'm your instructor, KG Smith. I've been checking out on you, as usual, online, folks. You guys are on point, always getting a lot of good work in. My hybrid students, as a reminder, we have class this upcoming week, so I will see you on the 5th in class. I need for you to catch up and do your work, as usual. You know me. That's everyone. I'm signing off. Have a great week and be productive, and I'll see you online for the Critical Thinking course. Take care.